Welcome back to episode 2 of Doomworld. So to start this episode off, what we need to do is we need to focus down getting the hospital here going. The hospital is going to be really important because where we are playing with Igor, we are going to get attacked basically every 3 days. We got a bit of flooring still needs to be set off. We're still waiting on our first cotton harvest, which is coming along very, very slowly. We're also going to need to get some more marble blocks in because, well, we're running low on marble, and then we're also going to need some more granite as well. So with those all ready, we'll speed time up a little bit. In the top corner over here, we did have a tribal come in the other day, try to attack us. Didn't do too well, and it's now dead, thankfully. So what we are going to do is, this area here is our prison. We're going to extend this section here so that we can make a large one, for the simple fact that we are going to have to recruit like crazy. Soon we are going to get overrun, it is just a matter of time, but if we can have some more pawns in defence, then we should have a better chance of holding off, ideally. Whether or not that actually happens, you know, that will soon to be seen, so to say. And then we will make it a little bit nicer, just because happy prisoners are quicker to recruit than unhappy ones. They're not going to be too much, and we got Yamiko has decided to join. Okay, what you got going for you, kidder? Temperature tolerant, misandrist, nimble, volatile, ravenous, wimp with no good stats and can't fight. So, to Deleuze, see you later. That is not a thing. That colonist would have been worse to have than not have. So let's go get rid of them. We're also going to need some more iron. Thankfully, with the threat scaling with time, you cannot get too many resources because we get attacked by the time, not by the amount of wealth that our colony has accumulated, which is a nice balance. I think what we will do is we will create another 2 farms just so that we can get more resources in. And just had a thought, we're also going to get a research lab set up because we have a whole bunch of research that we're going to need to do, and just about the most important research that we can get is going to be shields. Now the reason I say shields, because with the shields what you can do is you can stop drop pods landing on top of your base, and now as we are playing against Void, that is one of his favourite tactics, is just to drop a whole boatload of nasties right on top of your base. So they just avoid your kill box, they just come in. If they have a chance they'll kill you off, but most of the time they just come in and try to loot your resources or kidnap people. If we can avoid that by having the shield, drop pods come in, hit the shield, they all die, drop a bunch of scrap metal for us, and that is going to be a little bit of an easier way to deal with it. And then we're also going to get the kitchen set up, so I think, yeah, 11 by 6 will do pretty nicely. And then into the back of the kitchen we are going to have the butcher room. So cooking in front, prepping back, like a good kitchen should be. He says, I don't really know. I think that kind of makes sense to me. And then research lab. So a whole bunch of construction in this one. Research lab will not need to be that big, but then we can, yeah, with the supercomputers, comm console, and a bunch of those fun things, I think we'll actually make the science lab fairly big. So what we rocking here, we're rocking 12. I think a 12 by 12 should be more than enough. That'll give us enough space to get in 2 research benches there, comms console there, science stuff. Yeah, buddy, that is looking pretty good. We do have a Blackwater Risks coming in. They'll be here in 12 hours. Ada has already left. Unfortunately, they didn't have much for us. And it might actually need to start looking into proper jobs at the moment. So Squint the Miner, even though you got a very low mining skill, we're going to put Flo on. Flo's meant to be the medic, so we'll put her onto mining. Squint onto growing, so all the farming goodness. Change you onto doctor onto 1. Everyone will be doctor 1. Patient on 1 as well. Bed rest on 1 as well, because we're going to need to keep everyone in the fight. And then we also have a crafter over here, so smithing and tailoring. Not interested in art so far. And we'll have you on research. Just realised I don't have anyone on building or any of that stuff, and we're also going to need to get power up, because that is something that we do not have. Okay, cool, that works there. Then we go grow zone, and what we can build over we will. Isn't blocked by anything, sweet. So we have extra cotton there, extra rice there. We'll turn this into some more hill root, because we are going to need all the medical supplies, and having more stuff we can always sell off. That is not a big deal. Ideally we want to start expanding the walls along here and around, just try to deter some of the sappers. Put in some mini turrets, and then they basically everything will go through the kill box, unless they are drop pods like I said earlier. And we'll need to get someone onto construction. Construction of 9, construction of 8, construction of 11. Actually, so Squint's going to be the miner. Not the miner, sorry, is going to be the farmer. Of course, burning passions. And also is going to be on construction. So generally construction comes before mining, because before farming. What have I done here? I'll put flagstone down. That is not what we want. So yeah, the theory with that is you don't spend as much time building as you do having to farm crops. So yeah, make that number 1, and then as more people show up, we are going to be able to get them to do more stuff and then start specialising a little bit more in different areas. Start getting the power sorted. So we've got turbines put in, running across the wall. And we can run straight from the back here. Okay, Blackwater risks have arrived. Just try to get the power set in a way that will have like redundancy, so if we lose like a power conduit somewhere, the power can still get about. It's not too pretty, but given what we're going to be facing, I'd rather have a functioning base than a particularly pretty one. And then as we get later on, we can always prettify everything else. I think that's going to be a word. So they're dropping in. Nothing too fancy. We'll let them start getting a bit closer. No, we wanted their defensive positions. So yeah, it works the same way as the sandbags do, so that is pretty good. And yeah, the kill zone seems to be working pretty well. Alright, Takeo, what you got? Temperature tolerant, underground, iron-willed, heat intolerant. How does that work? Not a problem. Shooting's good. Incapable of intellectual and crafting, not a massive issue. You can be on construction, mining, and you're a good shooter. You are a slowpoke, but it's only -0.2, so not actually a massive issue there. Capture them, and then as soon as we want this as our processing zone, let's go get this set up. Clear all, allow rotten, allow fresh. corpses, human-like. And then in here, no human-like corpses. Take you guys off that. And allow everything, and we look like we're good to go. Put it back up to 2 speed for the moment. Bunch of meals, we've got some weapons. We've got better stuff than that already. But we will be getting other colonists later on, so having those is always going to be nice. Oh yeah, I've got the cooler there. Install. I think just there's a good place. Take you off that. Oh, I'm going to need a warden as well pretty soon. Prisoner, reduce resistance. So Vince has a skill of 6, flow 7, squint 10, and then Owen, who's meant to be our scientist, has 6. Yeah. So Squint is now our warden, our builder, and our farmer. But thankfully, the nice thing about being a warden is they literally just run in, takes them a couple minutes, and then they're back out. Keep them fed, keep them happy, and then they'll join up nice and soon. And we definitely need an extra builder. This isn't going too quick. Let's speed it up just a little bit. Nice amount of survival meals. We will need to start getting weapon lockers and stuff like that sorted. And also looking into the research that allows us to remove like the mountain tops. Just like in here, where you can just mine through the roof of the mountain so you don't get infestations. Because obviously infestations are not too much fun. They'll get extended out later. At the moment, not a massive problem for us. Extend that across there so the doorways are covered. That's all good. So I'll bring some extra power up here. Yeah, I like how this is going so far. Other than definitely needing more colonists, I think that this is a decent enough start. These rooms are going to be a little bit bigger. Well, they're going to be longer but shorter, I think. So what we're going by 12. So on 6. One room bigger than the other. Shouldn't be the end of the world unless we get a little bit creative. Take that out. Yeah, a little bit of artistic interpretation right there. We'll have them both go across so they're closer to our rec room so they don't start running around and eating without a table. Put some beds in. And that does count as 2 rooms. Cool. Get some wall lighting in just to help with people's moods. Landed destroyer. So this is part of the mechanoid mod, the vanilla one. So it says, destroyer is a medium-sized ship usually serving as a mechanoid hive defender. It has no short-range defences. When destroyed, mechanoid presence on the surface will be lowered. If it's left operational, it will contribute to the size of the mechanoid attack parties. Increases mechanoid presence. So basically, once it hits a certain amount of ships that land on the planet, the mechanoids evolve so they can use cover and better tactics and stuff, which is pretty cool. The ambush count. For 8 honour. Shot goat. Nah, we're alright. We'll leave that matey to die. We're not going to be after psychic powers in this one. So this just means that we can focus on with what we're doing before we go overrun. And I think what we do is we move this wall out here because there's no point just wasting that space for nothing. And we just have a bigger, more impressive research room, which people will like. Which is good for me. Keeps people happy. So floor that part off. Start getting some food ready. So we put 2 stoves in, and then what we're going to do is we go storage, put in a tool shelf, so that's going to be able to store all of the rice, potatoes, and then the meat, so that'll be pretty sweet. And then we also going to need our research bench. Thankfully we can build a Tech 2 research bench because of the start, so yeah, better research speed. A few things are unlocked, but not many. We'll deconstruct this. Away we go. Get some more marble there. Research. First thing we need is batteries. I've already got a microelectronics sorted, which is really good because we're going to need that for some of the trading stuff we're about to do. So I reckon batteries into geothermal, into biorefueling, refining, words, solar panel, solar roof, and then it should be along here. So you see that says thick stone roof, so there, if we can find the other one which completely removes the roof, so that means we can take away overhead mountains, which is a super useful mod. But we will get to that in just a sec. Or I could just thick roof everything, so just denies all the drop pods any chance of coming in. Another Blackwater Risk raid coming in. This one's going to be bigger, and they might have power armor this time, which will be somewhat useful for us. And with that, we'll start to build the prison. Nutrient paste dispenser. So if we're going to do this a different way, I'm going to put this in on the side. Like that. Yeah. Put a hopper in. Overwall heater, well, cooler. This needs to come out by 1. Two. Yeah, it needs to come out by 2. That is a shame. Oh well. Might as well get on it now before we get too distracted. Thanks to high mood, Squint has experienced an inspiration. He will successfully recruit the next prisoner regardless of difficulty or resistance. Okay. But actually, that might be a bit of a waste. Because he's got 100% recruitment chance anyway. So if we can take another person in this next raid, then we can get 2 people pretty much at the same time. Which to me seems more useful than just getting 1 person. I think we're going to need some more wind turbines as well. We'll be trading those out later on anyway, so these aren't going to get in the way of the mechanoid machines. Leave a space. And then leave a space. Let's check that. 2 space, 1 space. So this needs to come back across this way slightly. Cool. Run the power conduit along here. Then up across here. Wow, I'm smart. Okay, well, we're being attacked by the Blackwaters. Cool. So you guys can get back to the base. No, you're no good. Okay, can't even click that, matey, but details. Maybe one of these guys will end up being good. Or dead. Chase him down. You go north. Okay, Max, what you got for me? So he's got chemical interest, poor hygiene, cold tolerant, terrible stats. We'll capture Rill. He should have some social skill or cooking because of his barman training. And you, Federico. Yeah, not potentially really good stats. But you're creepy breathing, temperature intolerant, you're a slowpoke. Like, yeah, they just aren't going to add up, mate. Going back to what you're doing, mate. Why can't I click that character? So maybe when he's up and walking around we can do something. Okay, looks like we're experiencing a little bit of a bug there. But not the end of the world. Deconstruct that, deconstruct that. Put this down to -9. Put a -10. Put a door in so we can run in and out. Let's restock the hopper. Take that wall there out, and then new power goes in. Right, take all the stone to process down. Slowly making our way through batteries. I've got some sheep join. So I'm thinking the barkeep, maybe if he tries to escape or something, then it will reset it, and then maybe then we can recruit him or interact with him, because we couldn't interact with him when he was on the ground and we can't interact with him now. So we will have 2 more raids before Squint's inspiration. That's the word I'm looking for. Inspiration runs out. So all going well, we should be able to do alright off that. Just install that there. Turn this into the hospital. Storage goes there. Allow raw food. Important. Cook simple meals. Do until X. Details. Go up to 40. Pause when satisfied. We stop at 20. And absolutely no meat. Cool. Copy that. Paste that onto this one as well. And then once we have that sorted, and then we have some meat going, we'll then start bringing in, what do they call them now? Fine meals. So the reason we're putting the storage in here is we can have that, so that's where all of the medicine gets stored. And obviously having that closer to the hospital beds is going to be really quite good for us. We have 31 meals left, well 29 now. Prisoners will soon be going into here. And that is a nutrient paste dispenser. So we don't need to worry too much being the key word, about them being fed because they can get their own food. And we also have the Secret of the Wolf quest come in. A 19-year-old child spy named Wolf is calling from nearby. He's begging to join you at ARC headquarters. There's some kind of threat following Wolf, but he's unwilling to say what it is or when it might follow. Cool. He's also unwilling to tell you more about himself. I'll tell you what, we'll accept just because we need more colonists. We had some sheep follow us, and summer's begun and Wolf's here. So jump to location. Let's check Wolf out. Craven, restful, rowdy. See you later, mate. Yeah, he's not joining. We need a lot of colonists, but we also need good colonists at the moment, because you have a mental break at the wrong time, they're dead anyway, and there's a chance that if it is really bad timing, they might get another colonist killed at the same time, which is something that we are not going to be able to risk, because a lot of our colonists very soon are going to start getting bionics and all of that fun stuff, and if that starts messing up, we are in a, I keep saying a lot of trouble, but that's what we would be, in a challenging situation then. I think it's probably more appropriate. We'll allow everything on the map, not that there's too much left. Bodies will soon be able to break down into chem fuel, and then the weapons we're also going to be able to smelt down and break into a lot of their base components. Decent, that'll be a supply of steel and plasteel and things like that, which will help us out quite a lot. You're also going to need to extend the kill zone out quite a lot, because we're going to want to start putting in turrets real soon. These guys' cannons are decent, but once Void shows up, yeah, that's going to be quite the problem for us. Let's go on 4 times speed. There isn't too much happening. We do have batteries have now just been researched, and thinking batteries just along here. Not that one dig too far into the mountains because of infestations, but we do need some batteries starting to go. So if we go out by 2, that fits 2, so we're going to go out by 6. So 1 set of batteries, walkway, batteries, wall. We won't really need this many, but I always find it easier just to build in redundancy, so if we do need to expand for whatever reason, that we need loads and loads of batteries, we've got the option there. We don't have to go and build something else. And alternatively, it's not like space is all that limited. And then as soon as we start going over the hydroponics, all of that's going to go anyway. And we're just building in this little corner section of the map here. So we're near to the wall on this side, but then we also have all down here. And that's going to be the kill zone, so we could come out and around and back down and all that fun stuff. But details. 2 batteries I think for now will be pretty good, because we don't have a crazy amount of power coming in or going out. We'll expand the zone here. Those will be able to turn into chem fuel as well. And seeing as we're getting in a situation where we have reliable power, let's put some cooling in. And then we'll go and get a butcher table as well. We'll get 1 electronic one and 1 normal one. Okay, we're going to put this on do forever. Shrink the radius. And no human corpses and no insect corpses. And then copy and paste. And soon we'll be able to get the meat hooks, and then with the meat hooks we can put them in there, and that'll just be for fresh animal corpses, and insects, humans, everything else will go the other way. Okay, the coalition is attacking us in 12 hours, which I don't think we need to worry too much about. And how are we doing on resources? We got over 1,000 steel, which is pretty good. Got a decent amount of wood, a fair bit of uranium for some reason, and 18 components. We'll put in another set of batteries, but we're going to put them down this way, so in case they're short, they're not going to go and catch the other ones on fire. Hopefully. They might. Yeah, it's kind of my luck. Okay, we've got the tribals here now. And there's only a couple of them, so we'll send Vincent and Flo out. Go shoot them up. Okay, we've got 2 unconscious. Great memory, tough, careful shooter, chemical interest. Chemical fascination, that is not great. That is a good cooker. Undergrounder, composed, resilient, night owl. Good at cooking, decent at crafting. Okay, we knocked all of them out. Careful shooter, energetic and pretty. Okay, we're going to take him first. Capture. And let's go through these ones. Composed, resilient, night owl, undergrounder. That's cool. Put them on the night shift. Can live with that. I don't like chemical fascination though. Chemical interest. Who we got? We got Vincent and Flo there. We'll send Squint, and then we'll capture Kuro as well. One that will just bleed out. See you later, mate. One for bed. Okay, supposedly they're beginning their assault now. Oh, they came from... Just had one random guy off to the side for some reason. Fast learner. Kind. So it doesn't matter that they're a misogynist, because they're not going to do anything. And there's some decent crafting as well. Okay, and capture them. We done really well out of that raid. Like, really, really well. Just gotta hope they can stay alive, that's all. Was it you that I liked? Yes. I am gonna call you Cornetto. You're Cornetto now. That's a good name, and you're just straight to recruit. And with that, we've got to bring the episode to the end, so I'll catch you on the next episode of the Doomworld.